Namaste to all. It is my firm belief the more we listen to this Ved mantra, especially this Ved mantra, the more we will get attraction towards Almighty God, because the qualities that is mentioned in the mantras described by Rishi Munis at various instances. For example, my Acharya has made several commentaries on this mantra in several of his books with superb explanations. Similarly, Maharishi Dayanand Saraswati also has done. So in one of the book of Maharishi Dayanand Saraswati, Arya Abhivinaya, I read a beautiful elucidation of this mantra. Really wonderful, out of the world description of Almighty God. So I wanted to share in this short video. I have already made several videos on the same mantra explaining the meaning, but still it is totally wonderful and out of the world to understand this mantra in this sense also. The first portion is how to understand or how to recite this mantra. In fact, I put ahutis, everyday ahuti with this mantra. It is really wonderful to meditate upon this mantra again and again and also enjoy the meaning of this mantra by putting ahutis. Once we once we understand the total sense of this mantra, the ahutis what we put in the burning fire will give us more happiness and more satisfaction. And we will never get into the illusion or ignorance or darkness of worshipping any other God, self-made God, other than this Almighty God who is described in the Vedas as Almighty God by God Himself. So the first portion is how to recite this mantra. My Acharya has beautifully explained, because the word in this mantra is very long word. It's a continuous word. So how to recite this mantra? I will recite it. You can try to follow it. And if you are well versed with this mantra, you can also start putting ahutis after understanding the meaning. Om saparyagat shukram akayam avrinam asna virang shuddham apapaviddam kavir manishi paribuhu swayam bhuryata tatyato artan vayadda chashvatibhyah samabhyah swaha. Maharishi has beautifully written, Almighty God is pervasive everywhere. He is the fashioner of the whole universe. He never embodies Himself. In other words, He never incarnates Himself. Being perfectly intact always, being infinite and immutable, He never assumes a form. There is no entity more pervasive than Almighty, hence He can never assume a body. God's being is indivisible, whole, always the same, unchangeable, uniform, unpierceable, imperforable, unshakable and immovable. The piercing and cutting of Almighty God being impossible, the relation of a part to the whole does not obtain in it. Meaning, the present Vedanta is totally cancelled in this mantra. The Advaita Vedanta, which says everything is Brahman, we are also Brahman, we merge into Almighty God, we have forgotten ourselves, is totally wrong. On the same grounds, God does not have nerves, arteries and veins, etc. Being the most subtle, God cannot be enveloped with anything. God's being is ever pure. He is free from impediments of ignorance, such as birth and death, joy and sorrow, hunger and thirst, and all other such blemishes. Adorer of a pure being surely becomes pure himself, whereas the adorer of an impure being becomes impure himself. God never commits injustice, as He is always the ordainer of the justice. This is why He is called as Apapaviddham in the mantra, that is untouched by sins. God is knower of all the times, past, present and future. He is the omniscient, the most wise, the depth of whose knowledge none can fathom. Only He fully knows what goes on in the minds of all creatures. It is He who controls all our intellectual activities. God's being completely permeates all space in all directions and shines above all in glory. He is self-existent. That is, there is no first cause of Almighty God such as mother, father, producer, etc., etc. On the contrary, God Himself is the first cause of all. That Almighty God has revealed to the people for the great benefit of the mankind the truth as it is to be known in the form of the truthful lore of 4 Vedas. God, our most compassionate Father, has most graciously set shining in this universe the sun of His Vedic lore for dispelling the darkness of ignorance. There is no doubt about His being the first cause of everything in this universe. This should be admitted by all of us without any hesitation. Then, admittedly, He is the first cause of all Vidyas, also comprising of the Vedic lore. God has graciously, of His own accord, taught the humanity the principles of true knowledge through the Vedas. Having given us all the things in this world, why would He not confer upon us the gift of true knowledge also? And that excellent gift of true knowledge is the gift of 4 Vedas, for there are no other books in this world which can be said to contain the principles of true knowledge revealed by Almighty God. Just as God is the wisest and the most just, so are the Vedas. There is no other book in this world which can be said to be embodiment of the principles of true knowledge revealed by God like the Vedas, or to be equal to or to be more profound than the Vedas. So God not only creates the universe, God not only awards us the karmafal, God not only gives us the human body, God also gives the knowledge of Vedas. God also tells us who is that Almighty God in the Vedas by God Himself. God also gives us the direction on how to realize that Almighty God by tapasya. God also tells us how to worship that Almighty God by everyday Agnihotra, everyday name jap, everyday Gayatri Mantra jap, by following Ashtanga Yoga principle, by eating vegetarian food, by following Ahimsa, etc., etc., etc. So that is the power of this mantra. Yata tatya yato arutan. Arutan means Vedas. The mantra clearly says Almighty God is the revealer of the Vedas. We can call as book, but Vedas are not book. Vedas means knowledge. Just we call as book just for us to understand. That's it. I hope this video also helped you. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.